Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, a little introduction. This is a place to share stories, adventures, and everything I wish I had known before embarking on them. My name is Drina, and you're watching From Fiji to Here. Little intro thingy. Welcome to the Dominican Republic. Now, the Dominican Republic wasn't exactly in my top 5 places to visit next. Nothing against it, just wasn't really on my radar. I didn't know much about it other than the fact that it was in the Caribbean and people went there for their winter getaway. Well, then I found myself halfway through the school year, stressed about exams, not fitting in at the university I was at or the program I was currently in, and desperate to escape for some peace of mind. Once word got out that I was looking to get away, friends started asking if they could join me, where I was going, things like that. So at this point, I'll introduce Ashley. Now, depending on when this video comes out or how many videos you've seen as well as how well you know me, then you might already know Ashley. But if you're new, here's a recap, and if you're not, here's a reminder. My darling Ashley. I met her during the recruitment period for a local sorority at the university I was attending. We instantly clicked, both having moved away from our home for school, both being in chemical engineering at the time, and we immediately started hanging out and letting our friendship blossom. Back to the point of this video, Ashley had committed to coming with me, and so she'll likely pop up a couple times in clips here and there. As with other videos that have been backlogged due to the trial period where I thought I would solely journal my experiences through travel, this video is more of a story time, so grab your popcorn and get comfy. To start off, we didn't know we would be going to the Dominican Republic. We just had a budget and wanted to go somewhere warm. Seeing as I had never done the all-inclusive resort, and it was Ashley's first time leaving the country on her own, without a family or organization type thing, we decided it was best to look for a package deal. As I said about looking at different options, that's when the Dominican Republic showed up as the best deal, and I began my research into what the country had to offer. An important part about traveling with someone else is that you both need to be able to communicate your wants and needs. Now, I love laying on a beach, but after 2 days, I start to get a little antsy. I crave adventure and activities, which leads to why we went to Puerto Plata instead of Punta Cana. Where Punta Cana is near the south of the island and Puerto Plata is closer to the north, you have a lot more opportunities for getting outside of your resort and seeing the beauty that the country has to offer. We ended up staying at a Beelife Collection, a beautiful resort which had everything we needed, and I would stay at again or recommend to others for sure. During our time, we did go on a few excursions to keep me from being antsy. Prior to leaving for our trip, I had researched about the 27 natural waterfalls of the Dominican Republic and found a tour which allowed you to explore through them, through hiking up to the top and then making your way down the actual waterfalls, like sliding and jumping through them themselves. This is another moment I wish I had gotten on camera, as the experience was absolutely incredible, and maybe one day I'll be able to go back and do it again. The pictures just don't do it justice, and if you're feeling adventurous, I strongly recommend going out there to see them at least. And there was always the option to walk down beside the waterfalls instead of going through them if you didn't want to get wet or if you just didn't feel comfortable doing it. The tour then took us into an adventure park for the afternoon where we were fed a traditional Dominican lunch prior to heading to the zip lines. At this point in time, I had ziplined before, but these lines were something different. The length was something I had yet to tackle and was up to the challenge. It was hilarious and adrenaline filled, as well as super empowering seeing Ashley go through it despite her fears. Finally, after getting a tour through a local garden where we got to see some of the plants, learn about the agriculture, and see some animals who had been rehabilitated on this farm, we went to my favorite activity, horseback riding. A little bit of a backstory. When I was younger, I did something that only an angsty teenager would likely do, and jumped on the back of an untrained horse incorrectly and recklessly. which resulted in me becoming injured, however, learning just the amount of strength that these incredible creatures have. Having encouraged Ashley to face her fears, I too had to face mine, and cautiously got on my horse to do the tour. It was absolutely fantastic. We lucked out on that day, and it was just the two of us for the tour, allowing us to take our time and have the two instructors' full attention, which helped calm my nerves. Our second excursion consisted of renting ATVs to tour through the countryside on a guided tour. This experience was also a ton of fun and eye-opening, as on the resort you don't see what the locals live like or what the non-coastal region of the country is like. It was freeing and gave us both the chance to drive as well, which was nice. Finally, we ended up signing for one more additional last-minute tour. Ashley had really wanted to go snorkeling, so we found ourselves on a boat heading out to a sandbank in the middle of the ocean. This was the perfect way to complete our trip. The sun was shining, the water was blue, and we even made friends with some other girls that were on the trip traveling together. We got to have lunch in a smaller island out at sea and stopped at a local cigar shop where they walked us through the steps on how to make cigars. And other than ending up super sunburned, it was a fantastic day. First all-inclusive resort, it gave me a great taste of what it's like. The different types of activities that are held poolside every day, different restaurants and how to make reservations for them, the places that you can go dance, and the best spots on the beach. And that, my friends, is the end of this story time. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, as well as any videos you'd be interested in seeing. Also, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to be notified of more like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next destination.